yes. Still Colours family. How's everyone doing? We're back in the building again. Hope everyone's doing all right. Hope everyone's blessed. This time around, we've got a very, very special guest. An artist by the name of Cedric Kojo. He's a dear, friendly family friend of mine, but he's also a very talented artist. For those who haven't heard of Cedric Kojo, Cedric, just let the people know a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Cedric Kojo. I'm a 17-year-old artist,
Mm,
melodic rap artist, from the UK.
mm.
And I just released my debut album, Kojo, on June 11th. I'm really happy to be here and happy for Henry to have me. So thank you very much.
No, no, it's my pleasure, bro. So again, for those who don't know who Cedric Kojo is, like, how would you describe your sound? Really?
Um, I'd describe my sound as quite unique, especially for the UK scene. I feel like my sound is something which kind of emotionally connects with the listener.
Mm,
It's quite melodic. It's
mm,
quite unique in the sense that it
mm,
kind of cuts through to the listener in terms of subject matter that I discuss.
mm.
And kind of just has like a nice vibe to it. It's
Okay.
quite mellow. And I feel like something that a lot of people can enjoy.
No, for sure. And just tell me a bit about your background. How did you start getting into music? Um,
Yeah, so music's always been something I've always been passionate about, something I've always
mm,
loved to do.
mm,
And I've always loved it from a young age. I feel like it's been a part of me
mm,
from a very young age.
mm,
Kind of my musical journey started when I was really young.
mm,
I was classically trained from a really young age.
mm,
So like I started playing like the piano, the cello and stuff like that and did grades. And I started singing when I was 7. I actually started doing classical singing first.
yeah.
Um, I was actually in the Chapel Royal Choir, which was the choir for the Queen. So
Mm,
I did things like Prince George's christening and other royal events. And that was kind of my first kind of opening into the musical world.
mm,
And then I did operas from there as well,
mm,
in Scotland as well. So I was kind of classically trained. That was kind of my first introduction to music.
mm,
But growing up listening to music, I love listening to Michael Jackson,
mm,
like other music artists like Lauryn Hill and stuff. And as I got older, I started getting more into rap a lot more, and I'd say my musical inspirations are Juice WRLD, Kanye West, and XXXTentacion. Artists like that really, I feel like shaped my sound and the artists I really love to listen to. So
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of my musical journey.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. Because I mean, to also make the transition from classical music into sort of melodic rap, you don't really, sort of
Yeah.
or people doing that. But why did you make that transition? Like,
Um, I feel like I'd accomplished what I wanted to in that arena, in that classical arena. I
mm,
felt like it was time for a new challenge.
mm,
Melodic rap is something that I love to listen to. Some of my favorite artists make that kind of music.
yeah,
And I felt like I could do the same, and I feel like with my classical background, incorporating my voice into that, I feel like I could add something quite new to the subgenre.
mm,
And it's something I really love to listen to, love to enjoy, talk about with my friends and stuff. So it's like I wanted to try something new. And kind of that's kind of why I got into it. Because it's quite different in terms of music that I was doing before and now.
yeah. No, it's very different. It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said before, you just released your debut album, Kojo. Congrats to you,
Yeah.
bro. I know how hard you worked in order to get
Thank
to
you.
this moment. And I just want you to sort of give an insight into the process of making this album. Like, how long did it take? What inspirations did you draw from when you were making this album?
Yeah, so Kojo, it took me a year to make.
Okay.
That was a year of perfecting the album and my craft.
Mm,
It was an enjoyable process, I would say, for the most part. I feel like when I was making that album, I really wanted to make something quite special.
yeah.
I felt like I didn't want to rush the process, so
Okay.
I really sat down and wrote and rewrote certain songs.
Mm,
And I wanted the track list to have like a cohesive project
mm,
and theme, which is something more of a journey of kind of how I was feeling. And I kind of wanted to, throughout that process, like listen to other artists and draw inspiration from it. So one album that I was really listening to during that time was Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD.
yeah.
And you can kind of hear the influence there in a sense.
Yeah.
And also like other artists that I really like to listen to, like Kanye West, listening to 808 and Heartbreaks,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like albums like that, which I really enjoyed. And I tried to pick parts of it and trying to incorporate into Kojo. And kind of the recording process, I went to the studio, recorded the songs. But before I went, I really wanted to kind of perfect the songs. So write the hooks, the lyrics. I wanted the lyrics to be more introspective than my past work and quite detailed. I feel like I did that.
No, you definitely did that, bro. You definitely did that. So, I
Thank
mean,
you.
even just the cover art, bro. Like, explain like what the cover art's all about.
Yeah, so the inspirations for the cover art, there was a lot that went into it.
Mm.
So I visited Ghana last Christmas with my family, and I drew the painting when I was there,
So you did it yourself.
and art, pardon?
You did it yourself. Like you drew the actual.
Yeah, I drew it.
Crazy.
And it was something I really love to do because I really love to draw,
Mm,
outside of music, just like doing creative things just generally.
mm,
And I wanted to draw something that was reflective of me. And part of my artist name, part of the reason why I'm called Cedric Kojo is because my Ghanaian name is Kojo. So I wanted to combine the two of my identity. So like within the color scheme of it, that's the reason why the O's are kind of yellow colored,
mm,
to kind of show the colors of the Ghana flag. But also the into it, in the design, the color scheme, I really wanted to be specifies to kind of what I wanted to kind of depict to the listener. Um, and when I drew the drawing, it was something I was quite proud of, because I put a lot of time into it. And at that time, I wasn't even thinking of including it as the cover art. It was just a piece of art that I really resonated with. But as I was progressing with the album, I really felt like, yeah, this is the cover art that I really wanted to do. And then after I drew it, I got in contact with a designer who like does digital designs. So we used my initial drawing as inspiration, and a designer called Anisha Verma, who I know. She's my age, and she actually redrew the drawing, and digitalized it, so made a digitalized version. And then we used the digitalized version as the album cover. And yeah, that's how it came into existence.
that's really dope. It seems like you really put a lot of thought into this, which is what a lot of artists don't do nowadays. Especially you're just starting your career, but I've come across a lot of artists that are even established and they don't really put a lot of thought into their album cover the way you've done. So yeah, bro, that's really dope to hear. So obviously the album is 9 tracks long,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to get your opinion, bro, on what out of the 9 songs that are on this album, what is your favorite song and why?
Yeah, that's a really hard one.
What's your personal favorite?
Very much is.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll go. I have my personal favorite. I think my favorite is definitely Goldman. Because
Yeah.
I just love. Obviously, you're talking your shit on that song.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely love that, and the production is cold, man. I mean, the little flute in the background, sort of, it reminds me of the flute that was on Mask Off. Mask Off.
Yeah, by Future, yeah.
Yeah. And I just love how personal that song is, and obviously the piano strings that give that the song that rich texture, and obviously the drum lines are very punchy as well. Like I definitely mess with that song the most. But
Yeah.
in your personal opinion, what is your favorite song and why?
I'd say my favorite song is Dreams Come True off the album.
Oh,
Um
that's my second favorite. That's my
yeah.
second favorite. I was gonna say, but yeah, go on.
And the reason for that is because it has a very like special meaning, that song. Dreams Come True is like reflective of my mind state at the time when I was writing the album.
Mm,
I feel like we all have dreams, all have aspirations which we want to achieve in our lifetime.
of course.
And dreams come true is my way of speaking to the listener and saying, although we all have dreams and ambitions, if we work towards it in the right way,
Mm,
it's very much achievable. I
mm,
feel like if we control what we can control and approach our dreams with a certain amount of pragmatism, it's no
mm,
longer a dream anymore, it's a plan.
mm.
And when a plan is in place, a plan is there to execute.
I
And when
love
you
that.
execute that plan, it's something that's very real, it's tangible.
Mm,
And that's kind of what the song's describing. So dreams can come true, but I feel like with the right amount of work ethic, and focus, it's very much attainable. So that
mm.
was kind of the focus of the song. And also another thing when I was writing the song was also thinking about my auntie,
Yes.
who passed away.
Yes.
So the song was kind of a dedication to her.
Mm,
So she's often like mentioned in the lyrics as well.
mm,
Because she's someone that inspired me and left a mark on me as well.
mm,
So she's someone that I continue to work hard for sure.
No, for sure. That's really good to hear, bro. So then, like, what are your plans with this album? Do you plan on? And I know we're still in sort of COVID restrictions somewhat. Like, do you plan on touring with this album, or do you plan on at least, putting on a live performance for this album? Like, what are your plans moving forward?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have plans to do that with this album. This summer, I'm going to Ghana and I'm planning on promoting Kojo and giving it more exposure. So I've kind of organized kind of live concerts for me to perform in Ghana and to kind of get my name out there more. And I'm also recently I signed a distribution deal with Platoon, who are my licensed distributors. And I've been talking to them in kind of ways that we can kind of get the album more exposure and kind of targeted audiences. And I feel like getting this to the right amount of people and the right audience is very imperative, especially in today's like musical climate. I feel like audience response to everything in terms of finding your desired demographic, and trying to reach that, is very important, I feel like. So I'm definitely gonna try and get some planned live performances, meet fans, just expand my reach, and hopefully, yeah, hopefully this summer, things change and gets more exposure. So that'll be really good to hear.
That's it, bro. That's it. That's it. And bro, before we wrap up, do you have like a message for your fans and people?
My message would be, to keep believing in yourself.
Mm,
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people in which, that may doubt your vision, that may feel like it's not attainable for you to reach, but I'll say keep striving, because honestly, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and,
bro,
only you will truly know what you want for yourself.
for sure.
There are times where I feel like I need to push myself or I can do better, and I still try and do my best because I know that, for people that listening and that want new music from me, it's inspiring to keep going. So, keep going for the people that believe in you when other people don't. Because those are the people that deserve music from you or deserve your best the most. So yeah, that would be a message to the fans.
That's sick, bro. That's a perfect way to end this. So, yeah, obviously, people watching for the first time, we're gonna leave a link to Kojo's music in the description below. Check out his music. Like, he's a really, really talented artist, and there's so much more to come for you, bro. And like I told you before we got on here, I'm really proud of your growth and your progression, and more blessings to you, my guy. More
Thank
blessings.
you very much, man. Thank you, Henry, man. That means a lot to me. Thank
Nah,
you very much.
nah, thank you, man. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure to interview you. Um, and yeah, obviously, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Back here, we'll be back. We'll be back again real soon. But
yeah, for sure.
peace.
Peace.